Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, Mid Sem 1 Physics Homework, Form 3 MRSM Kuala, Day 2, Page 2. So, the first question asks, we have a velocity versus time graph. Okay, so from this graph, we want to find distance. Okay, so it will be area. Why area? Okay, so if we want the distance for 80 seconds, so here is 80 seconds. So, we have a like a rectangular, okay, over here is 10 meter per second and down here is 80 seconds. So if we want to calculate the area, so it is 10 meter per second times 80 second. So second cancels out, so we will have 800 meter. Okay, so it will become a unit for distance, right? But we need to minus this. We need to minus this triangle. Okay, so this triangle over here, it is up here is 4 meter per second times 50 second times 1 over 2 because it is a triangle. So that is 100. So minus 100 meter, so it becomes 700 meter. Okay, or you can calculate separately. So calculate the trapezium and then calculate this triangle. It should be the same answer. Alright, second one, diagram shows a displacement time graph. So we have displacement versus time of a toy lorry. So which section shows lorry in stationary? The stationary means displacement's not changing. So displacement not changing in PQ. So it stays at this point. Okay, at this point. So at PQ, the lorry is stationary or at rest. Alright, next one, number 5. So we have a crumpled paper and metal ball from a surface. Okay, so we want to have a velocity time graph. Okay, because it didn't say, so it will have two situations. For example, for the first one, if we ignore air resistance, okay, so the graph will be different. And this is the first case. The second case can be if there is air resistance, so it will be a different graph. Okay, so with air resistance, crumpled paper, if we have velocity versus time, crumpled paper will have a slower increase in velocity, and then it will become constant velocity, and metal ball will have a higher increase in velocity, and then it will become constant. So this constant part, we call it terminal velocity. Okay, terminal velocity. If there is this one, if there is air resistance, and if we ignore air resistance, so the graph, both object will have the same increase in velocity. So both of them, for example, if there is metal ball, will have the same increase in velocity, means they are accelerating at the same rate. Okay, accelerating at the same rate. Okay, both object. Okay, sorry, I made a mistake in the beginning. So here is, if there is air resistance, and the second graph if we ignore the air resistance. Right, the next one is we have a steel ball from a high building. So we have a building, okay, and then we drop a ball downwards. Okay, so here we need to note that u is equal to 0 meter per second, and then it takes time of 4 seconds. So the suitable equation we need to use is, because we want to find the height, so we can use s equal to ut plus plus half a t squared. So a here is g, is equal to 9.81 meter per second per second. Okay, so s is equal to 0 plus half times 9.81 times 4 squared. So it will give us 78.48 meter. Okay, so here we need, they are hidden two important information. The first one is the initial velocity and the second one is the gravitational acceleration. Okay, next we have a meteor which moving 150 meter per second. So this one is u, the initial velocity. The meteor reaches the surface of the Venus in 4 seconds. So this one is time. The height of meteor, so we want to find, so we have a meteor, sorry, we have Venus and there is meteor coming towards the Venus. Okay, so we want to find the height here, height before it hits the Venus. Okay, so the suitable equation here is also s equal to ut plus half g t squared. Okay, so g is the gravitational acceleration, so s is equal to 150 times 4 plus half times 8.83 times 4 squared. So this one will give us 670.64 meter. Okay, that is the height from the Venus before the meteor hit the Venus. Alright, next one we have ticker tape. Okay, so ticker tape, there are many hidden information. For example, the time from one dot to the other dot is 0.02 second. Okay, so we have here, and also hidden information from the pattern. From the pattern, we can tell whether it is the velocity can be we can tell the velocity of the object, okay, from the pattern. Okay, so in here the velocity is constant because the separation, the length between the dots are the same. Okay, so the object is moving at constant velocity. So how do we calculate the velocity? Is equal to distance or displacement over time. So the distance is 4 cm and time we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is 0.02 times 5 seconds. This will give us 40 centimeter per second. Okay, how do we get 0.02? Because ticker timer, it will click 50 dots in 1 second. Okay, so 1 second divided by 50 will give us 0.02 second. Okay, so the next one, so we have a trolley and a ticker tape moving in this direction. So we need to note the motion, the direction of motion. So this one is initial velocity and this one is final velocity. So from the pattern, we can tell that the trolley is moving with a deceleration. Okay, deceleration because over here is faster, that's why it is further apart, and this one, so this one is faster, so this one is slower. Okay, so we need to find the acceleration. Acceleration is equal to v minus u over t. So we need to first calculate the u. So u here is 2.5 centimeter divided by 0.02 second. So this will give us of 125 centimeter per second, and v is 0.5 centimeter divide 0.02 second. This will give us 25 centimeter per second. So it is slower. Okay, okay, and t, how do we calculate t? So we have here, so here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, please note that we didn't include the first one because it is the different in time, so we didn't include the first one. So t is equal to 0.02 times 10, so it will become 0.2 second. So we enter here, a is equal to 25 minus 125 centimeter per second divide 0.2 second, and this will give us the acceleration of minus, okay, because it is a deceleration, minus 500 centimeter per second. All right, so this is all for today. You can contact us, you can use WhatsApp to ask question if needed. Don't worry about that. Thank you. Bye.